Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a holistic weekly reset, which I typically do on the weekends, but sometimes I'll do it during the week as well. And I just view it as a time to rejuvenate my space, my body, my mind, and just kind of reset. Life can sometimes feel monotonous and mundane, especially with the day-to-day. Sometimes it feels like, the same day on repeat, like Groundhog's Day. And I'm an optimist at heart, so I love to try to romanticize life and find the beauty and joy in life. And I like to talk about that on my channel as well. So I try to do this every week to kind of reset, to refocus on my pillars, my core values, and come back to that, especially if I'm kind of having a down day. Usually I always start by setting the scene and cleaning. I love to use natural cleaning products. I'll either make some myself with essential oils, or I support brands like BlueLand or Koala Eco, just eco-friendly, non-toxic products, and products that are kind of moving in a more sustainable direction. That's typically what I try to go for, although I'm not perfect about it. I generally gravitate towards non-toxic cleaning products, and I like that they're made with this essential oil, so it makes the house smell really good. So before I start cleaning, I always light a candle or some incense. I really like Juniper Ridge incense because it's pretty clean. And then I'll put on some music or a podcast just to kind of get myself in that headspace to focus and focus on, the minimum, which is like doing the laundry and the dishes and mopping and cleaning the cupboards and all of that. And I focus on one area at a time. The other thing that I like to do is reorganize one space. And I talk about this on my channel a lot, just kind of looking around the house, identifying an area that needs a little TLC, whether it's the living room, kitchen. I typically choose one or two spaces that I want to focus in so I'm not overwhelmed. Today, I wanted to kind of reorganize the kitchen. Honestly, it was feeling a little cluttered. We're a very open space kitchen, so I wanted to move some things off the shelves, add some more plants, deep clean, and then using these products makes it smell really good. So we get a lot of traffic in the kitchen and the living room, so a lot of times I'll start there. But today I was mopping, I was vacuuming all of the rooms, making sure all the beds were fixed. I like to spray, essential oils on the sheets so it smells really nice. And in general, just kind of reset the environment. That's usually the first place that I start. So cleaning is always my first line of action because a clean, organized, and nice smelling home, it almost feels like I can breathe. I have the space to think. And so I'll always start there. And then another thing I like to do is just romanticize life. Make the mundane a little bit more elevated. Put a nice background on YouTube on so it's peaceful. Play your favorite music while you're folding your clothes. Or I like to make like a little mocktail just to kind of separate the day. So I'm done cleaning. I'm going to make myself a little sparkling water mocktail before I move on to the next step. Just kind of like these little rituals that make it a little bit more exciting. I don't drink, but I like mixing these like aperitif with sparkling water. It's just a bright, bitter hint of like yuzu and florals. It's really fresh and satisfying, and it tastes like summer on the rocks. It's just kind of like a nice little treat. So I'll make myself something like that. I need space to think, process. It's something I really need. So if I don't get to do it first thing in the morning, I'll just try to carve out 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe I'll turn on some peaceful music and journal. I'll write out lists, meal plans, goals, just putting everything on paper. And sometimes if I'm overwhelmed with some of the goals I've made, which I've had the habit of doing that, I'm like overwhelmed by my own goals, I'll just simplify it and I'll write down my pillars of joy. Basically, what I'm grateful for, what I love in life, what I enjoy in this life. And one of those things is a clean, organized home because it gives me space to breathe and having live plants and flowers, going outside and spending a few minutes in the sun. On sunny days, I'm like the happiest woman ever. I wake up and I'm like, I could just be floating. So just like almost like a gratitude list. Also just meaningful, deep conversations with friends, with my husband, meaningful, deep time with my children, self-care, making sure I'm exercising. So a lot of times I'll just kind of close my eyes, put on some peaceful, relaxing music, and visualize that version of myself and my life. So I can always kind of come back to that. Like if I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's like close my eyes, take a deep breath, and come back to the core and the root of who I am. A weekly holistic reset usually does include some form of self-care. And even though that's changed over the years, I mean, an everything shower always feels really good. Just, a nice hot shower, indulging in some luxurious skincare. It's definitely a privilege and a luxury to be able to try all sorts of fun things. To be honest, if I didn't work in the beauty industry originally and then start a YouTube channel and become a content creator, it would probably be more minimal in terms of what I would try, but I wouldn't be introduced to certain products. I was sent this package by May Lindstrom, and it's organic, natural, luxury skincare. So I've been using the Clean Dirt, their brightening exfoliating treatment. It's like a uplifting, warming, rejuvenating exfoliant with vitamin C. It's activated with water, and the same goes for their mask. And this is their problem solver mask. So I'm using that today. It smells really nice. It's really rich in antioxidants, cacao, bamboo charcoal, exotic spices. It smells really good. And a lot of their products are just really spa-like. I think if I owned a luxury spa, I'd definitely have these products. So every once in a while, I'll just kind of give myself a luxury spa moment. But sometimes it's just as simple as like taking a shower and doing my hygiene routine so that I reset for the week and just kind of take care of myself. And I think the goal is obviously to feel good in my own skin. I'm not necessarily trying to look or feel younger. I'm happy with where I'm at in life, but I want to feel strong and I want to feel and look the best that I possibly can. And then today I've just been training really hard, which has been emotionally and physically challenging in so many ways. So today I'm just kind of stretching it out, feeling my body, and making the space to slow down. That is huge. Something I didn't, talk about a lot on my channel is that, we see a lot of content on anti-aging and all of that stuff, but there are things that happen in our lives that they do age us. They take a toll on us, and grief was one of those things for me. Just getting older, like hormones, it's just, it's a part of life and it's a part of our journey. And so just feeling and looking the best in your skin with where you're at, I think is the goal. So I did some stretching. Then I took the boys to do some grocery shopping to reset for the week. It's always such a good feeling to go to Trader Joe's. Although I will say it's a little stressful because groceries are just getting so expensive and my boys are eating more and more. But I try to, again, set intentions for the week, make sure I make a list. I don't go to the store without, thinking about what we need, cleaning out the refrigerator and preparing. But it's always a good feeling to come home and have a fully stocked fridge. So these are just some of the ways that I will reset and set intentions for a new week to kind of put myself in the best possible headspace for an upcoming week. And I always like to share these types of videos with you. I hope you enjoy them.